Alright, I'm going to take this heatsink off and take the processor out and also then turn around and reinstall it. First thing I got to do here is get all four of these screws off. Oop, need to unplug it. That'll be good. Gotta be very careful with these screws. Okay, there's the heat sink and it's fanned on top. Now, when I get down here to let me pull that. I don't know if you can see that better, but when you're down here, when you push down on this, you want to try to kind of pull back on it with just a little bit of pressure, not a whole lot. Then go ahead and lift up your gate. When you grab this processor, you want to grab it on the very corners and pull straight up, so that way you don't damage any of the pins inside here. Because if you were just to drop that down and start trying to force it and shove it side to side like this, you would damage every one of these little pins in there, and that's something that you don't want to do. So now to go back in, the same method with allowing that to go straight down. And then once you're in, go ahead and close your gate. Bring this guy down in, push it back towards the socket, and that should allow it to go in. Then with your heat sink, now you notice I'm putting this on backwards because one thing I wanted to point out, you can't get your fan power back here. So you got to make sure that your fan power is positioned with here, with it on the motherboard. Then you want to just gently get this aligned in there, then gently start a couple of screws. Kind of go a crisscross pattern, or a diagonal pattern, I guess, so that way you get these two set down in, that aligns these other two up. And you just want to get very gently a couple of threads in there, so that way you don't mess up your threads. And then just start screwing the heatsink down back on top of the processor. And once you have done that, you should feel your screws come to the very end and kind of stop. Go ahead and plug your fan back in. There's my presentation on, or my video on the heatsink on removing and reinstalling. Thank you.